What's up, y'all? It's your boy again, 76 Papa 10, Army guy. So, y'all want to know about the cameras. See, when you been in this industry for a very, very long time, you start learning. As you go through it, you start learning more and more and more. Um, what has happened is these companies are starting to go to the micromanaging side. And this is why I said you guys need to really stand up, because if not, you're going to the ones that don't care just don't care. I'm gonna tell you, they're in the industry. They're not here for anything else but to help participate in pushing this industry to the ground. And I'm gonna tell you, I've seen them. I never spoke on it, but I've seen them. Um, Basically, like what Prime is doing, and I've heard a lot of guys complaining about these cameras. Let me explain what these cameras do. I work for a company, and I'm gonna say the name. Um, I had went OTR. I was OTR for a very long time, and I decided to go local, and I would go local OTR, OTR local because the industry would slow down. So what eventually happened was I got into a company, which I'm gonna tell you right now, certain companies out there, especially the local ones, do not like OTR. They do not, because you're an experienced driver. And so what happens is when you're on the OTR side and you decide to go local, have you ever wondered why it's so hard to get into a local position? That's because unless you really know somebody, that's because what happens is a lot of local companies won't hire OTR. And the reason they won't hire OTR is because, and I can tell you the main reason, this from experience, I know what I'm talking about. So you trolls or whoever you are, you can say what you want to say. I've seen it firsthand, and I've been told about it firsthand. So basically, what it is when you're OTR, you're considered an experienced driver or a real truck driver, is what I was told by a local who was real cool with me. Um, and basically, what happened in that company was that basically the guys that were in there were considered grocery store drivers, or what we call steering wheel holders. They're local. They've never been outside of the state lines. They've only driven within the state. And this is going to be a two-part video. I can tell you that right now. Um, they basically were, locals. They never been outside nowhere. Twin sisters, cat, nowhere. So in continuing, they basically would hate when, like, when I got hired. The company I had got hired by was Coca Cola. And when I got in there, I got a earful from this guy. He basically said, they don't like you. I said, what do you mean they don't like me? They said, you're a real truck driver. You're OTR. We ain't got to train you to back. We ain't got to train you to go forward. You know what to do already. You know how to strap, all that stuff. Like, yeah, why? It's like because these guys ain't never been nowhere. They ain't never been outside the state line or up a couple of cities and back, maybe Oklahoma. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I never looked at it that way. It's like, yeah, and they do not like outsiders. What do you mean they don't like outsiders? They don't like guys coming in from the outside. They want you to have started from the bottom, basically, what they call bulk, or what's the RD, which RD is the guys you see pulling up to like the Walmarts dropping full loads and emptying the trailer out. Bulk is the guys that pull up to the stores and have to unload it and basically unload the stuff off the trailer. They're what they call bulk. They're the ones with the little trailers you see, and with the little lift gate in the back. So those guys basically, those guys basically, you know, that's what they do, and they want you to come from the bottom up. You can move around in there, but it's the bottom up. Now, guys that applying from the outside, they basically are, they're basically not wanted there. Um, I've seen 30-year vets just leave. And I'm talking about not just one, but we're talking about several leave out of the transportation department. I didn't say bulk, I didn't say RD. I said the transportation department, they left because they were tired of the good old boy system. And that's what they had in there. I was the only minority on my team. Let that sink in. So basically, and a lot of people don't know, Coca-Cola is not owned. It's owned by Berkshire Hathaway, but Berkshire only has 30% stake in it. The rest is owned by a company called Arca Continental. Arca, ARCA Continental. If you look at the back of the trailer, you're going to see it somewhere on that trailer. It says Arca Continental. But as an outsider, because that's what I was considered, I wasn't considered part of the Coke family. They basically didn't. I mean, I got like, it wasn't the minorities that was coming at me. It was the good old boys coming at me, and they were pretty much attacking me. I can say that now because I'm no longer there, going back OTR. But anyway, they had a micro. I got to keep a track of the time. They had a micromanagement system, the camera. And like I said, it's going to be twofold. With that camera, you were only allowed 20 points. Okay, this is safety doing this, and the insurance company's doing this. I'm going to tell you, if you got a forward facing camera and a camera looking at you, they are micromanaging you. Okay, basically, there's a little speaker that sits right up here in the front windshield in the Coke truck. They can hear everything you're saying. Okay, everything. Right down here at the bottom in the windshield is a distance meter, and every time you get within a point 0.5 or so many clicks, it'll beep at you. You got 10 seconds to back off. Their trucks say 65 on the back, but they only run 62. They don't want you going to 65. They don't want you running over 65. Anything 5 miles over, that's a point. I think it's like 7 points. Okay, so they want you to be in control of your speed, pretty much. So they're micromanaging. You, like I said again, you get 20 points. At 20 points, you're fired. Okay, that camera acts. Remember the movie Kit? It throws a red line across the bottom. This camera is so good that it can look into your eyeballs. That's why they don't want you wearing shades and stuff, because it basically is AI, and it's looking in your eyes to see if you're drowsy, if you're asleep. It's also one of they had 4 core policies at Coke. No cell phone use, even if it was hands free. No eating in the truck. No traveling too close, and no running a stop sign. I don't care if you did a minute rolling stop. I don't care if the stop sign fell down. I got points for it. When the stop sign fell down at the corner, somebody had hit it, and there was no stop sign there. That camera remembers there's a stop sign there. You may not know it, but that camera know it. And they go, "Oh well, you ran a stop sign. Well, the city ain't put it back up. Doesn't make a difference. You knew it was there." So they hold you accountable, micromanage accountable. So remember, I said you're only entitled to 20 points. I don't care if it's a very small. It has to be a complete stop, and the truck has to be at 0 when you come up to that stop sign. If not, 7 points. Okay. There was no way to get those points out. Now, when I came, they started doing little classes, but you can rack up points real quick. 7 points if you they consider running the stop sign. I don't care if your wheels are still kind of slightly rolling. Eating, snacking in the truck, they can see that on the camera. That's another 7 points. Using a handheld cell phone or using a headset and using the phone, period. That's 20 points automatic termination. Traveling too close, you got 10 seconds to back off. If you don't, 7 points. 1 point because they're running the ELD. 1 point if you clock in before your shift time, which is 5 minutes before. 1 point if you clock in late. This is what this camera system does. And that's what they're doing with the trucks now. They're claiming that it's an insurance thing. They're not saving that much. The insurance company is dictating who they can hire, who they can't hire, and that they have to put these cameras on the truck. That's the insurance company doing that to them. And they want to save a few pennies over the experienced drivers. Now, I'm telling you, a bunch of minority drivers, i.e. black, left from over there because of this good old boy system. We're talking about drivers that had 27 years there, 30 years there. They don't like a troublemaker. If you complain about it, they will retaliate by including termination. Now, I'm putting this video out so you guys understand what's going on. I was able to make it within the 15-minute period. But y'all need to know what these cameras are about, and that's what they are. Now, they will strap you with a cell phone over a coat. That cell phone tracks you from the time you get to the parking lot to the time you leave to the time it's tracking you. And they micromanaging you. Hey, man, why is it taking you longer than 30 minutes to do a pre-trip? Well, I got truck and trailer. You got to check tire pressure, all that. I don't want DOT stopping me, and finding problems, because that's what they do. They micromanage. And then they got this guy in there who's strictly a policy guy. And he goes strictly by policy. HR is not your friend. I'm going to tell you that right now. They are not your friend. They're there for the company benefit and to make sure the company function and it doesn't lose money. Now, I'm telling you, these cameras are micromanaging you. A camera that can look in your eye and tell if you drowsy or not, if you nodding off, it can do that. If you hit the slightest bump, you're going to see it go off like the kick card. You're going to see a red light go across the bottom. Okay? I know guys say, well, they got too many trucks in the fleet to... No, it's about getting rid of you. Okay? That's what it's about. Now, I'm telling you, these cameras that are facing you are there to get rid of you. And I'm going to put something else out there. Dave Coke was going to go union. I got a lot of information on that too. They were going to go union. They bought the union off. I know you say, well, how they do that, Big D? Army guy, how they do that? Because what happened was the Teamsters came in, they had a bunch of guys sign up, and then all of a sudden, they've done it twice now. Oh, we didn't have enough people to be able to make a union. That's a crock. And then they start pushing everybody out that was for it. How did they know? Because the Teamsters would take a list, and then they would hand the list off to Coke. Let that sink in. See, I'm not going to lie about nothing. I'm going to put it out there. And y'all need to know what's going on. As a driver, I'm putting it out there. You have some drivers that work in the industry or within the company that's all for, hey, yeah, let's put forward-facing cameras in the truck. I agree. What are you worried about? These are all crocs. Remember that. If you ever hear a guy say, yeah, I'm all for it, what's the problem? These are guys that don't have your best interests at heart. You better think. They have put people in the business that don't understand trucking, don't understand the life. They're just here to be a naysayer. You'll see them. They're out there. I know who you are. I've seen you. They in this industry only to make a buck and get the hell out. And I understand that. But they're also in this industry to hurt you. They're the ones running up to the safety department going, I think so-and-so doing so-and-so. That's why you close your curtains, because they be the same guy parking right next to you with the same truck name on it, ready to tell whatever they see you doing. They're not there to be your friend. You're not here for a friendship contest either. Remember that, fellas. And this is 76 Papa 10 signing off. Oh, I'm down to 267 now, just to let y'all know. So I'm supposed to go for a walk and keep this flow going, because I love it. and I'm gonna get down to the size I want. But I thought y'all should know about that in the video. What's up with these cameras? Especially I seen on Mother Trucker, love you brother. I seen them when they was putting them in the prime trucks, and then they forward facing. That mean they watching you. Don't let them ever tell you, well, we don't use that feature on the camera. Well, you paying for it. Why wouldn't you use that feature? I.e., I can hear what you saying, because they can. Watch when they put the camera up, they're going to put a little speaker box right here. It'll be right here up in the upper corner or down. Somewhere in there, you look around, you're going to see that little speaker box. That means they don't trust you. There's no other way to put it. They do not trust you. And this is why a lot of guys saying, I'm wondering, because they know truck drivers are not going to stick together. And they're trying to slowly weed out the ones that will for the ones that won't. Same thing that they did. The Coke lawyers paid them Teamsters off to get the hell out of there. Then they start gifting everybody. Here, here's a gift. Here's a gift. Here's a bonus. Here's a gift. Go buy this. Go buy that. And, you know, it is what it is. And I'm telling it all. I ain't got no problem telling it all. But those cameras are there to micromanage you. They want to see, excuse me. They want to see how you doing. You know, what you doing, when you doing it. Now, like somebody said, I'm not with texting and driving, but at the same time, y'all need to know that camera is watching everything you do. Safety is watching everything you do. Somebody call in, all they got to do is go to the camera and go review it. And it's like, that's another thing I meant to tell you before I go. It records 15 seconds before and 15 seconds after. Remember that. So when it goes off, it goes back 15 seconds. Some go back longer. But I know that one went back 15 seconds to see what you did 15 seconds before, and then 15 seconds after, what you did 15 seconds after, up to that point. That's how they work. So remember that. All right, 76 Papa 10 signing off. I got to go do this walk and stop raining. I like walking in the rain when it ain't raining on me, but getting that fresh air. All right, I'll holler at y'all. I'm out. Peace.